Annette Derovanessian received her certification for Integrative Nutrition Health Coach in 2016 from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition in New York. She also holds her bachelor's degree in accountancy. I have two Reiki students that are accountants too. She is a mother, a wife, and enjoys creative, healthy cooking and outdoor activities. Becoming an integrative nutrition health coach ultimately allowed her to combine her passion for health and wellness and her love for helping people reach their goals. Today, she will share with us immune boosting tips and how to be more prepared to fight. Oh, hold on a second. Guess what? I forgot to put you in my streaming video. There you go. Sorry. Uh, let me. So today, Annette will share with us immune boosting tips and how to be more prepared to fight off COVID-19 virus. I need to share the recipes on the foods that I'm talking in my brain. Oh, okay. I know this is not part. So, having said that, Annette, the presentation is yours. But I want to ask you something.
Sure.
How did you
Yes,
get
Carlos.
how did you get to this knowledge that food is very important to maintain a healthy body? Were you healthy from the beginning back in your country when you came to America? How did you develop this passion?
Thank you, Carlos. I would like to thank you first for having me on your program. And my health journey took me about 2 years. Well, I ate relatively healthy, I want to say, but I used to have sugar in my diet, and without knowing that sugar is really, really bad for you. And I used to have pastries really with my coffee every day, and didn't pay much attention to eating vegetables and fruits or any of these healthy foods. So a lot of what I ate, especially that I came to United States, was comprised of processed foods, and which is really a immune suppressant. And therefore, I started having all these symptoms of not feeling myself and fatigue and insomnia. And one thing led to another. I was just getting sick all the time, really, with sinus infection, and then it would turn into something more serious. So one thing led to another, and I finally began realizing that I need to change something, and I turned to food. My turning point really was the conference that I went with my husband in Arizona. It was, and I met many health gurus there, and they started talking about, they were talking about all these health foods and cod liver oil and wheatgrass juice, and so they had us also tasted there. So it was, I think, more I was ready for this change to happen, and my body was it was just ready. It was the time for me to really. I came home and I started on just adding kale, spinach to my diet, and I started really feeling energetic every day, and all the symptoms of sinus infections and all these things
Well,
started to go away by itself. So it's just long story short, I started feeling better and better and did some detox programs, and here I am. I feel more energetic than I was in my 30s, I have to say.
well, the reason I ask you to tell your story is for people to know that you or I or all these people that we are educating some other people, we were not born like that. We learn also. we have to go sometimes in the hard way to be not that healthy. So Annette really knows what she's doing because she just said it. She didn't have that much energy. Annette, I want you to do your presentation, which is the most important part. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Yes, like you mentioned, I'm going to be talking about some immune boosting tips and how to be more prepared to fight off this COVID-19. Many people are anxious these days, and we really have lost control of really our outcome of our future health. So hopefully after my presentation, which is going to take about 20 minutes, hopefully you have more knowledge and power and how to boost your immune system and navigate these days, and how to reduce your chances of getting this virus. Also, please comment, post your comments and ask questions in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them after the presentation is over. And so without further delay, let's get to my slides here. All right, here we go. Wouldn't it be nice to never get sick, not age, and be as energetic as we were as children? Well, we are humans, and we will get sick sometimes, and we will age. But we can control and influence our bodies in the ways to reduce getting sick and slow down our aging. Now more than ever, we're looking ways to take care of our whole self, especially mentally, physically, and emotionally. We're no longer going to our favorite exercise classes or grabbing lattes with our friends at local coffee shops, or even visiting family members. And as COVID-19 impacts people around the globe, we need to remain safe and secure while practicing habits that promote immunity. Now, before diving into ways to boost our immune system, I'd like to go over some immune suppressants with you. Now, first and foremost in that list, you guessed it, it's sugar. And sugar is in many foods that we eat, especially desserts. Did you know that as soon as we eat sugar, our immune system responds negatively? Sugar immediately and directly competes for space in our immune cells with vitamin C. The more sugar in your system, the less vitamin C can get into your white blood cells. Now, I'm not saying that you should avoid sweets completely, but be mindful of eating them, especially at this time. Next, hydrogenated oils and vegetable oils like soybean oil, canola oil, or corn oil are highly inflammatory and can lead to inflammation, which is the root cause of many diseases we face in modern day. Using good fats such as avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil, organic butter, or ghee can be soothing on our gut and great for our immunity. So instead of all these vegetable oils, please use these alternative healthy oils. Next, we have stress, fear, worry, and anxiety, which they will weaken our immune system and a great deal. Did you know that 60% of our doctor visits are related to stress? When we worry and are experiencing a stressful situation, our cortisol levels go up. Now, this is fine if it was followed by a recovery stage, but most of us, we are chronically stressed these days. And that really contributes to constant levels of cortisol level, which in turn weakens our immune system. So our body is constantly in this fight or flight mode. Now, the two, you notice, they have a negative correlation. So if the stress goes up, your immune system goes down. Unforgiveness is another immune suppressor. Negative emotions such as unforgiveness and anger trigger the release of hormones that can threaten your immune system. Forgiveness and letting go will free you and boost your immune. Antibiotics. Just one round of antibiotics permanently changes the immune system, as it indiscriminately kills bacteria. Since the good bacteria is killed along with the bad bacteria, the body's ability to manufacture appropriate immune cells is altered. Now, you know that our 70% of our immune cells are located in our gut, and it is important to restore our good bacteria and flora. This is the least that we can do after a round of antibiotics with probiotic-rich food, such as you can see in this picture. I have yogurt or sauerkraut, miso soup, or pickles. Sitting and being inactive is the new smoking. That also weakens your immune system. Excessive watching TV can indirectly impact our health. It can take away some time that you can spend with your loved one or sleeping or relaxing. And it can also promote overeating. As you can see in this picture, the box of pizza and soda cans all over the floor. Now that we have gone over some immune suppressants, I'd like to show you what you can do to boost your immune system. Get some sunshine. The skin makes vitamin D when it's exposed to the sun's rays. That's why people call it sunshine vitamin. As you can see, this man is sunbathing and having his exotic drink. Vitamin D is essential for a healthy immune system. They had actually done an experiment and looked at the lab reports, especially vitamin D for cancer patients, and found out that their vitamin D levels were less than 10. Now, normal vitamin D range is between 60 to 80. So as you can see, it really promotes cancer or other diseases in our bodies if we're deficient with vitamin D. Implement some moving exercises in your day. I know these days we're confined to our homes mostly, so find some stairs in your home to climb, or dance around, or just keep moving, go for a walk for at least 30 minutes a day. When we exercise, we stimulate our lymphatic system, which is part of our immune system, and we circulate this lymphatic fluid throughout our body, which in turn collects and helps the body eliminate toxins and other waste products. Even deep breathing exercises also will move this lymphatic fluid. So it's not like our blood that it gets pumped with our heart. We have to move in order for our lymphatic fluid to move. So it's very, very important to move and exercise. Hydration is essential to stay healthy. We need half of our weight in ounces of water a day. Now, for example, if you weigh 120 pounds, you will need 120 divided by 2 is 60 ounces of water, or about 8 cups of water. So you divide 60 ounces by 8, since it's 8 ounces of in 1 cup. So it's 8 cups of water you need if you weigh 120 pounds. It is very important to keep hydrated. It also curbs cravings, believe it or not. If you're one of those people like me who doesn't like plain water, you can mix some fresh fruits. You can cut up some berries or some herbs, such as mint or basil, to make it tastier for you. Sleep is another factor contributing to our immune system. As grown-up adults, we need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. It is in our sleep when our cells renew, and healing happens because our bodies are free of doing anything else, such as digesting our food, providing energy to do our chores and everything. Adequate sleep contributes to a better mood, clearer thinking, more energy throughout the day, balanced hormones, lower levels of cortisol. Now, if you don't get enough sleep, your cortisol levels goes up, and that tells your body that something dangerous is happening, and your body goes into fight or flight mode and holds on to all the resources that it has, including fat. So this is one reason who people who want to lose weight and they don't get adequate sleep, they cannot lose weight, because guess what? The cortisol levels are up and their body is holding on to fat, thinking that it's in a dangerous situation. So sleeping is very, very important. Speaking of cortisol, as I mentioned before, stress contributes to elevated cortisol levels. Now, managing our stress is essential to our wellness. One way to do that is by taking regular breaks from what we are doing every 90 minutes. Well, every 90 minutes, 20 minutes break, it might be a little unrealistic for some of us. Any amount of break in this between 90 minutes is going to give your body, the boost. And I don't know if you've been, on a computer for like 3 to 4 hours, and then afterwards you feel exhausted when you, go grab a drink or something from the fridge. But it's just that exhausted feeling is just your body telling you that you need to take breaks. And these breaks can be just go for a walk, or move to a different location, or hydrate yourself, nourish yourself, or just go outside for a while, or just do brainless tasks such as emptying the trash or doing the laundry or talking to your friend on the phone. It's just little breaks in your everyday. It will do wonders. We have been taught from the beginning to get up and go on a straight line with no breaks, and then go to sleep, and that takes a toll on our bodies after a while. So this diagram, it's called ultradian performance rhythm, which is a great contributor to our immune system. Another way to lower stress and anxiety is by performing 4-7-8 breathing exercise. Now, 4-7-8 breathing is very simple to do. Takes almost no time, requires no equipment, and can be done anywhere. Now, you can do this sitting. Exhale completely, and then you can inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7, and exhale audibly, like a whoosh sound, throughout your mouth for a count of 8. And you can repeat this 4 times. Sit up 4 in the morning, sit up 4 in the afternoon. And this is just natural tranquilizer for nervous system. And unlike tranquilizing drugs, which are often effective when you first take them and then they lose their power over time, this exercise is subtle when you first try it, but gains power with repetition and practice. So the key to this exercise is repeated every day if you can. And at first you might feel a little lightheaded, but that will pass. And you can use this whenever anything upsetting happens before you react, or aware of any internal tension or stress, or you can even use it to fall asleep. I was at a conference last year, and Dr. Andrew Weil was there, and was one of the speakers. And he was telling us that this breathing exercise has helped his patients with anxiety and even Parkinson's disease. See how powerful this breathing exercise is. But it was after like 3 months, I think 3 to 6 months in for these patients that they have repeated this breathing exercise every day. Now, last but not least, let's talk about eating healthy meals to boost our immune system. Now, since coronavirus is attacking our lungs, it is important to nourish our lungs with the food we eat. And the flavor that supports our respiratory system is acrid, spicy, and pungent. According to Chinese medicine, this flavor has a dispersive effect. It disperses energy in an outward direction and moves the mucus from lungs. It is the accumulation of excessive mucus in lungs that leads to feeling of drowning in people who have been affected by this virus. Now, examples of these kind of foods with these acrid, spicy, and pungent flavor include the allium family, which are garlic, onion, shallots, and scallions, and also other foods like hot pepper, radishes, thyme, oregano, turmeric, and curry. They are also expectorants, which means they thin the mucus. Now, here are some recipes using these amazing healing ingredients. Now, the top left is curried carrot ginger soup. It's my own recipe, and it has many of these ingredients in it. And I think Carlos or me, we're going to share the file with the recipes. You probably are wondering how to get the recipes, so not to worry, you will have it. Next to it in a jar, it's honey garlic syrup. It's just garlic cloves, minced garlic cloves and honey. And honey, you know, it's a natural preservative, so you can just keep this in your cabinet. It doesn't need refrigeration, and you can take half or 1 teaspoon 3 to 4 times daily to boost your immune system. Or you can have it in a tea. Down below, we have thyme tea with lemon and garlic syrup. And you can make this tea with cayenne pepper, rosemary, or ginger. And last but not least, it's onion poultice. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of poultice. It's just cut up onions, steamed, and you can just burrito wrap it in your kitchen towel and place it on your chest if you have a cough. It will reduce the coughing, and it will just, it's an expectorant, and it will just help them thin the mucus and gets rid of it. If you have sore throat, you can put this on your throat. And if you have sinus pain, you can put it on your forehead. And I have heard also this is great for ear pain as well. Well, these are just a few immunity boosting tips that you can integrate into your daily routine. Our personal and professional lives may have collided, and at times we may be overwhelmed by how quickly life has changed. But it is important to remember we're not alone. Even though we need to follow the social distancing, we are deeply connected together as one. I like this quote by William James. We are like islands in the sea, separate on the surface, but connected in the deep. Faith and hope will get us through these unprecedented times. Positive mindset will give us hope for the brighter future. Stay safe and healthy. And that concludes my presentation. I hope you all have enjoyed it. And